How's it going, everybody? Doing my final ramble for 2025. This will be the end of the year ramble for 2025. The rest of this month is going to be today's ramble. Tomorrow's going to be Premier League recap, NFL recap, and then the 31st is most likely going to be the games I completed video in 2025. So we're going to close out the year with that. A few things first. First, I want to give a thanks. I'm not going to say the person's name. I don't know if they'd want their name said. I want to say thank you to the person that gave me the PayPal donation. That was on the 24th. I meant to say it in my Christmas haul and I forgot. But thank you, and thank you for the kind words on in the note that you left on there. It's always appreciated, and when those come through. So thank you again to that person who did that. Like I said, I don't want to say somebody's name. They might not want their name said on camera. But thank you for that. And the kind words as well, and the note. It's always nice knowing, my vids give people relaxation and stuff, and they help with stress or anxiety and stuff. It just means a lot. It's still a little surreal, even after all this time, that people still say that now. Like this 2025 recap, people are like, "Oh, look, you were my top viewed channel," and I'm just like, "Holy shit, that's awesome!" And part of me's like, "Wow, it's still like, holy crap." People like my videos that much. I think that's why I could never get a big head when it comes to YouTube, because it always seems so like, wow, like shocking to me. But and the other news is I'm gonna put the link in here. I'm gonna be setting up an account after I make this video. And that'll be quick. I'm not going to put any videos up or any price tiers yet. But I'm going to be putting up my Patreon thing. I'll throw the link in here. I need to make an opening video for it. Maybe I shouldn't. I'm trying to think. Because I don't know when the vid would go up. But like I said, you can just join it if you want. Obviously, you could do it for free. And then I would have a one level tier, but I plan on doing at least 4 videos a month on that, and I'll think of some other things too. Those videos are going to be more just me, like I'm going to do like roleplay type stuff when I do them on there. It'll be me talking in my normal voice, just maybe a little more. I mean, I curse in videos from time to time. Some I do, some I do a lot, some I don't. Some I do a little. But it'll be a little more maybe mature and stuff like that, a little more cursing or something like that, But I just want to set up the account. Throw the link in there. If I don't throw the link in here, I'm still going to set up the account, and I will mention it in another video, and I'll throw the link in that. So most likely it's going to be in this video. If people want to go to join it, and then when I start it up and I put my little, most likely going to be a $3 price tier, then you're welcome to join that level or not. That is up to you, but it's something I want to do. 2026 needs to be a big year for me on a number of things. Financially, it has to be an excellent year. 25 was a good one, but with things changing and whatnot, and wanting to do things, a few things we might want to do and stuff, you just, get in there. And Patreon's going to be a separate thing. Like, it's just going to be its thing. Like, if you want to join, cool. Like, I'm not expecting a ton of people to do, but it's another thing to do. Maybe see, like, another side of me or whatever. Who knows? I want to keep the things at least somewhat different than here. Obviously, you're not losing anything on this channel. I'm still going to be making tons of fucking videos. It's not taking away from that. You know, like, although I did it in November and I did it in December a few times. Taking a day or two here of not making videos, I feel like that's something I need to do. Even though then I followed up with putting up 2 videos a day, so I still end up over 30 vids a month. Part of me had to do that because the views started to drop. So next year on this channel, I'll just slip into shadows. I'm going to, you're going to see more role plays next year again. I used to make a lot of role plays. I think I'm going to lean into that. They're better viewing videos. Not all of them, but, you know, like that video game role play is done gangbusters. Like, it's just been, you know, the Christmas Hall's done incredible as well, but they always do. I need to lean into those videos that I know view well. So you'll probably see another cranial nerve exam at some point. See how that views. It's been a while since I've done one of those. You know, and things like, I'm trying to think of some other ones I could do. You know, the shady role plays, like shady dentist and stuff like that. Maybe a regular doctor role play. Throw another therapist role play in there. And with the shady vids, I kind of want to start fresh in that. I want it to be more like coherent or cohesive. What is it? Like continuity. Like the videos are all kind of related and make sense. Almost like an ongoing story. Because with the other ones, I would start it and then they'd be all over the place. They would kind of make sense in a way, but they'd be all over the fucking place and shit. It's just like, I want it to be more like streamlined on that front, while also doing shady dentist. Like, this is how it's gonna be, like shady dentist or shady whatever. They're gonna be their own kind of thing. And then I'll have, you know, kind of like X-Files did, like, you had the overarching storyline with the UFO, the alien stuff, and then you had the Monster of the Week type shit in the other ones. Kind of like that. Those are gonna be their own thing, and then you're gonna have the ones that are kind of are connected. So I need to come up with an idea for the first one. I mean, I know what it is, but how I'm going to play it out. I'd like to do more gameplays next year, too, of games that I think will view well. Gameplays are always all over the map for me. Some view like shit, others view great. Like, maybe do another Hogwarts one, because those two I did incredible. That Star Wars Outlaws one did decent. Silent Hill F did decent. Not terrible, either of them, but I gotta think of, like, games that might, like, you know, I gotta get a Resident Evil 9 when that comes out, throw a gameplay up with that. Maybe try to be a little better on the newer games I'm gonna be getting, which isn't gonna be a lot, admittedly, next year. And kind of get a gameplay of those up early, which I've done in the past. Obviously, I did it with Silent Hill F, I did it with Silent Hill 2. I have done that in the past, but... And you'll see collection videos throughout the year and stuff, and then I want to try to start G-Sale pickups again. I did not go to any, I don't think. Did I end up going to any this year? I don't think so, which is insane. I need to get to them next year because that's really, I'm kind of pissed at myself for not. Because I'm going to need to pile up stock for eBay and just picking up games I might find the cheap, especially older ones that I want. So I need to get to more garage sales. Just get to garage sales. So hopefully you see the garage sale pickups pop in again. But it's going to be heavy. It's going to be a lot of the same. Obviously, it always is. But I think you're going to see more role plays next year. It's going to be a lot of videos, I feel, and that view well, you know. With the recap videos, I mean, I'm doing this week, and I'm going to do next week for both. Because next week is the last week of the NFL season, so I will do that with a playoff preview. And then I'll probably do all the playoff rounds, and then that's done. Premier League, I'm not going to do every week. I haven't been. They just don't view. Like, and that's the thing. Like, I gotta focus on what does well, because I can't. When the views are dropping, certain videos still push through. Christmas Haul, video game store roleplay, certain rambles, you know, I do need to do another video game ramble and sports ramble at the beginning of 26. And kind of play it by ear with, okay, I think this might view well, it doesn't, okay, pull back on it. Because certain videos, like I said, I've talked about, like, my views have slumped, but certain videos still break through. You guys want to see them, they're getting pushed a little more. I need to focus on videos that might get pushed and shit like that. Now, when I do videos that I know aren't going to do well, I'm putting up 2 videos in a day because I can't have my views shit out. I was considering doing more shorts, but you know, I use the shorts as kind of a thing to throw up kind of what I'm doing, like a Bach Tower one or the concerts I've been to and stuff. There's only been a few that would be ASMR. That's the shorts are basically just going to be if I film something that I was out doing, if we go somewhere or whatever, it's going to end up on there. You might see some of that stuff on a Patreon too, but most likely not. You know, rambles, you'll see word searches here and there. You know, you'll see the drink reviews. There will be eating videos. Probably not as many fast food ones. I gotta cut shit on that. I packed on pounds I didn't want to. Especially when we went to Florida and stuff. We were eating out a lot. And then even before that, I really... Not that I'm like... aiming for something. I need to lose some weight, not a ton, but I went on a bad run of just I was just drinking too much soda and shit, and eating all the crap. But I will still do eating vids. Maybe you'll see some other ones. You know, we'll see. I don't know. A lot of the same, though. And you might see some new things that are sprinkled in. Who knows? But obviously, as always, I'm going to be focused on this channel. As long as I'm capable, you can see videos on here. And then I will start a Patreon, get that going. If people want to join, like I said, there'll be a link. And I will link it throughout. I'm not going to, like everything else, I'll probably forget to link it a bunch of the times. I'm not going to link it in, like, role plays and shit. It's mostly going to be in rambles. And this is the problem. I always hurt myself. I'm like what's the word? Like a detriment to myself with this shit. Like I'm not helping myself enough. Like I should have did a Patreon 5 years ago. At least started one. I should have done this and that and all that crap. But that's just how I am. I have my opinions on some of that stuff, and I'm not gonna talk about them. It's just always harder for me to do. It's the same thing with the PO box. Like, but I'm just gonna be getting. And I gotta worry about, like, you know, it's like, I don't want people just sending me things to send me things. And it's like, I don't, you know, part of me's always like, I don't deserve it anyway, so what the fuck, you know? There's no point. Maybe I open up the wish list on Amazon again or something. I don't know. Probably not, though. Although I think it's visible now. I think I have movies on there. Actually, there's something on there that I wouldn't want anyone to get. And I wouldn't expect it anyway, but the Retron made a TurboGrafx one that I keep looking at. Because I've talked about TurboGrafx. I love the TurboGrafx. I had it when I was a kid. I had a decent amount of games for it. Got rid of it in 06 stupidly because I owed a friend money. It's like $60. Because I think I'd borrowed money. I just got in the Xbox and I used the money I had on that, a 360. And I wanted Elder Scrolls and I needed to get a memory card as well because I got the 360 that did not have the hard drive in it. And I forget, the game was $60 at the time, and it was the bonus edition. I think it came with a coin and one or two other things. I forget. I think $60. And the memory card was like maybe $40, or maybe I think it was like $100 total. I gave him like $40, and I'm like, shit, dude. I could have just waited till the next week and given him the rest of the money. But I was like, hey, you want this TurboGrafx and some games? Now I know he sold it. I knew he would. Realistically, I would have sold it well before 2025, but I still regret doing that. I did sell some games myself because I didn't give him all my games. And those games are all worth a lot more now. That's the thing, though. I don't want to kind of get this thing because TurboGrafx game, even just the card itself, the Hue card, whatever it is. Even the cheaper games are like $30. It's hard to even find games for under $20. Like, and the games I'd be looking for, like a Bloody Wolf, which I loved back then, Vigilante, Dungeon Explorer, King Casino is pretty cheap. So is Keith Courage and Alpha Zones. Ghost Raid in particular. Pac-Land I really liked. That was a cheap one. I had that. Splatterhouse is another one. Those games are like, just the cards like $60, $70. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. Because I'm cutting down on the games. I don't need to be doing that. If anything, I'm going to pick up Genesis games, I think, from time to time. Continue with the original Xbox from time to time. And the PS5 will just grow naturally. But yeah. We'll see how that goes. But I was like, oh, this is cool. And it's not. It was like it's like $73 on Amazon. I'm like, shit, man. You know, do I want this? The problem is I get it, and then I gotta spend at the very least like $30 for a game. I'm not getting 2 or 3 games to screw with. Fuck it, dude. I'm not doing it. Was there anything I wanted to touch on here? We're just turning into a true ramble. The amount of stuff we brought back from our moms. Like I said, I need to, next time I'm down, I need to look through more of the closets and stuff. I'm going to most likely keep one of those cameras. And as long as they're on working order, everything works, I'm going to maybe even record some vids with them. Or do a camera touching video with them. Oh, those are more expensive cameras. I need to get an adapter for SD cards for this laptop because it doesn't have SD card slots. I feel like they don't come with them anymore. I need to get an adapter. They're like $15, just so I can throw those in there if I do any videos on the digital camera, just to get it on the laptop. It was a good year overall, though. Gained a lot of subs, got a lot of support from everybody with comments and likes. The hype, which I always forget about the hype, which is whatever. I was hyping people's videos on my iPad. I still can't do it through my phone. Let me see, actually, because I haven't looked in a bit. And I don't use that iPad often. Let's see. Let's look for some more recent videos here. I'm trying to find, like, don't you need a certain amount of subs, right? Nope. Still not there. So for whatever reason, I can't hype on my phone. But I could do it on my iPad, but I haven't turned that on a little bit, so it has to be charged. Because I was hyping people's videos on there for a bit, and then, like I said, I forgot. I forget about all this shit. I forget about everything. Okay, like, or I just don't care enough. I'll be like, oh, I'm going to link this consistently. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do it. What is this down here? That's different than my little one, but it was overall a good year. I started doing those collabs. They were great. Restful Tingles, Dakota and Friends, and ASMR Bex. All thank you again for doing the collabs with me. I'll probably maybe do some collabs in 25. I don't know for sure. It was enjoyable though, and thank you to them as well for doing the editing and stuff. They all did an incredible job with it. It was fun to do, you know. It was a cool, different thing to do, and but collabs are not something I'd be doing like consistently enough, just because. Actually, I don't know why, but maybe I will. Maybe in 25, 26. Sorry, I'll do a little bit of light editing. Maybe, probably not. I did edit one video. I cut it. The end of it, because my phone went flying, and I was about to end the video. I was getting ready to do it, and then the thing went flying. Like, well, it's ending a minute early. I wouldn't mind doing a reading video from the Garth Marenghi Terratome book. I start reading that. It's hilarious. Problem is, reading videos on this channel are nobody cares. the Goosebumps ones did well, briefly, and then nobody gave a shit. That's the thing. Like, I have to go with what you guys are watching. You know, go by the views. You know. I think when you're doing well and views are hopping, you can do stuff that you know won't view well and it's not going to affect you. But when the views drop and you start doing like, oh crap. And another thing I want to do next year is kind of, film more in the garage. I know you guys like when I film in the garage. Film more in different spots. Maybe start to film a couple bits in the living room and the kitchen a little more. In here will be the most likely, but gotta utilize that shed at some point too. I keep saying that, but 2026 should be an exciting one. Let's see what happens. I'm excited to start a Patreon. I'm excited to make more videos on here. I'm excited to hopefully get more videos up on the Buried Under Cliches channel as well. And thank you to the people who subbed on there. I'm going to do another video on there. Because after I did the Christmas thing, I had mentioned it on this channel. And I did a Christmas haul on that one as well. And I picked up some subs in that video as well. So thanks to everybody that came from here over there. I do need to make more videos on that channel. That would never be a channel where it's every fucking day or 30 videos a month. No. Max would probably be like 15 a month on there. 10, 15 is what I'd like to get to. A good 10 would be nice. Another thing I need to do in 26 on this channel, I need to experiment with a couple of live streams here and there. It's another thing I keep saying I'm going to do. I don't do it. And I want to kind of have a better structure to my channel in 26. Not to say I'm going to have a schedule where it's like, okay, this video, no. But kind of like each month I'm going to kind of be like, okay, this is what I have on tap for the month. Come up with it early. And that could change, obviously, the month goes on. But have them lined up. Okay, recap, ramble, roleplay, drink review, eating, blah, blah, blah. Just have a better structure because I've been very scattered brain in general for a little bit here, and it sucks. It's anybody who's had it, which everybody has. It's an awful feeling. You're kind of just like uneasy for reasons you don't know and whatnot. I'll probably do more mental health ones now. I'm talking about this as well next year, and on Patreon I might tap into that a little bit too. What was I just saying before that? Oh, scatterbrain stuff. So I want at least a channel when it comes to the scatterbrain on the channel. I want it to be at least like, okay, I'm going to do 5 rambles or whatever. Just even keep a number in there so it's there. And if I go over or under, fine, but I kind of have an idea. And I'll do more paranormal rambles. You guys like that. But another year's almost upon us. I hope everybody's had a good year. Thank you to everybody, as always. Existing subs, everybody who came on board. People who comment, liked, subscribed, shared, blah, blah, blah. Just watched the video. You didn't even have to like it. You can enjoy it and not left a like. It was an overall really good year. It started to slow down the last couple of months, but it's still been fine. The views have dropped and stuff in the subs, but nothing terrible. I think if you're an ASMR YouTube creator, video creator, it's always a fear when your things start to drop. You're like, oh shit, I don't want this to keep happening. You try to build it back up It's still annoying with the comments on YouTube. I shouldn't complain about YouTube Premiere. I was talking about ranting about YouTube. This is one of the things. I'm not going to go in everything about YouTube, but this is one thing, and I've talked about it already. YouTube just hiding people's comments to it, and anybody who makes videos knows this. You got to hit newest. Like, say my thing says 16 comments. I'm only seeing 13 when I go to the video. I have to then hit newest to see these other ones that make no sense. Why they're hidden. Some do make sense. Some of you guys' names, I assume YouTube doesn't like the username. For some reason, was like, you can make it, but we're going to hide your comments, which makes no sense. But I'll look and be like, why is this comment here? Oh, like, Merry Christmas. Why is it hidden? Even when the username is not what's something I guess YouTube wouldn't approve of. I don't even understand. And the way they have, anybody who else makes videos, let me know. If you have, like, it used to just be, especially on the laptop, or PC, whatever, your phone, you'd look, and once you respond to the comment, it was gone. It would disappear to only unresponded comments. And even when I hit, or you didn't have to hit unresponded comments, they would just go. Now you gotta like go, oh, I gotta go to unresponded comments to see what I haven't been responded to yet. So I gotta do, not that it's extra work, but it used to just be when you would respond to the comment, it would disappear. Since you responded to it, it'd be gone. Especially on the laptop, it did that. And now, it doesn't even line up the comments properly in the order they come in. So say with like the Christmas video, it gets 6 comments. And then I get 2 comments for another video. Just a random video. Those should be at the top. Because they're the newest comments. All of a sudden, I'm going down, and I'm seeing a comment from like a week ago. I'm like, why didn't I see this? They like bury the comment. See, I'm scatterbrained on this too, because I'm not articulating it properly, I feel. Like, the comments are not in order. Like, or I'll get 10 comments for the Christmas video. Oh, I'm just using an example. And they all came in after each other. All of a sudden, I get a couple different video comments, and all of a sudden, they're all weirdly separated. So, like, here's the brand new comment. The second brand new comment I got's like 10 comments down, beneath other ones. All of a sudden, some of the Christmas ones have fallen further down. I'm like, what the hell? It's more annoying when I get comments on older videos because they get buried, and I'm not knowing, and I don't have my notifications on anymore. Because then I'm seeing a bunch, and I don't get a shit ton of comments. But certain videos will 20, 25 comments. And she's getting a lot, and then you're getting replies and stuff. That's why sometimes if I don't reply to other replies, I just haven't seen it. Because I don't have the thing on. And then you'll get it if someone subs to you. It's just more notifications on my phone I don't want. I typically turn off notifications for almost everything on my phone outside of like eBay. Because I'm on something sold. And then the way they do, normally that wasn't a problem because I would just go and look and be like, okay, these are all the ones. Great. Then all of a sudden I'm seeing a comment. This happened actually today. And this comment was not hidden. I didn't have to go to newest. It was on the Florida House. I've responded to it. It was on the Florida House tour. And it said 11 hours ago. I'm like, I just looked at my comments like an hour ago. And I went down a bit, and I did not see this. I'm like, where the hell was it? It's annoying. And I was like, oh, maybe it's just my phone is doing my life. Is anybody else having problems with this? The comments being weird. At the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal, but it's just annoying because then I'm missing comments and stuff. And the newest thing's annoying anyway. Why are these comments being hidden? Half of them aren't even, they're not nasty or anything. Usually the nasty stuff goes into held for review. And even sometimes when I look in there, I don't look in there a ton. Maybe like once a week. Because they will put comments in there that have no business being in there. They can, like, YouTube considers some comments spam for reasons I don't know. I don't know, it's annoying. That was just one bitching about one thing. YouTube related. Just because that's the most annoying one. Because I liked it when it was just nice and easy. I responded, it was gone. I didn't have to go to unresponded comments. It would just automatically take them away. ones I responded to. So the ones I didn't respond were already there. And it wasn't like, talk about being scatterbrained. They're like, oh, here, they're just throwing new comments, 20 comments below, old ones. At least keep it in order. They can't even do that. I don't know. But anyway, I'll end it on that note. We're at a half hour here. But yeah, you're going to see, as long as I'm capable, you're going to keep seeing tons of videos on this channel. Nothing will change. Even when I start the Patreon, it's not taken away from this channel. You're still getting tons of videos. Even if I take 2 days in a row, I'm going to most likely then put up 2 videos. It's going to always be 30 videos. Most likely it's always going to be at least 30 videos. I could see them, the least it being like 25. Unless I get sick or like, this is just a reason I can't put up videos. And like I've said in the past, if I disappear for an extended period, something's happened that is not good. But anyway. End of the year Ramble, another great year on the tube. Thank you to all of the subs, all of you guys. I love going back and forth in the comments. The ones that I all respond to because some I can't see. I've gotten nasty ones in the past as well. I see them in the health review. And some of them make it through. And it's just like, sometimes I'll respond, other times I don't bother. Depends on how I'm feeling. And here's to hopefully 26 being another great year for everybody. In general, I hope everybody has. And if you're not doing well, and I hope things get better for you, you gotta keep pushing through. I ain't saying grind, because grind is a terrible word for things. Yeah, you just keep grinding. No. Grinding, when I think of grinding, I think of things grinding and nasty sounds. Tell me to keep on trucking along. I'm going to keep on trucking along. Everybody, though, if you're going through anything terrible, I hope you get through it. You know, and everything. And I hope everybody had a good 25. Has a great 26. Just everybody, you know. Wherever you are on the planet. Which is always a cool thing, too. I see people telling you they're from different countries. It's cool. Having a reach and stuff. Anyway, yeah. Last ramble. End of the year ramble for 2025. The first full year being in North Carolina. We were only in 7 months of 24. A full 25. But yeah. Another year in the books for YouTube. Even though my YouTube year goes from September to September. Because I started this channel like September 5th of 2016. 2016. Wow. Pushing through. I look at some of my older videos sometimes. I'm like, wow. And then I go back to my old Buried in Cliches channel. I'm seeing videos from 2009. And I'm like, wow. When I was 30 years old. My first video went up on YouTube when I was 30. In 2009. I think it was late August 2009. I forget what it was. It might have been a PS3 collection. But anyway, thanks for checking this out.